Close your eyes, and imagine you're standing at the edge of an ancient walled garden. The stones are cool beneath your fingertips, covered in a thin veil of moss that feels like velvet. You hear a distant owl's call, echoing softly under the silver glow of the moon. Breathe in, and as you do, imagine the scent of rosemary drifting on a cool breeze, mingling with hints of sage and lavender. The air is heavy with dew, yet it feels light and almost shimmering against your skin. Now, let's step through the old wooden gate together. The hinges creak gently, as if sighing in welcome. You step forward, your footfalls muffled on the damp earth. The soft crunch of fallen petals under your slippers. The moonlight pools in glistening patches along the garden path, guiding you deeper into this peaceful haven. At the center of the garden, there stands Lady Ysabel. Her long cloak shimmers like a quiet lake under starlight, and her hair, pinned loosely, falls like a silk ribbon down her back. Her hands move with serene precision, snipping small clusters of sage with silver scissors that glint beneath the moon. Lady Ysabel believes, as medieval herb women did, that plants gathered under moonlight hold a special, stronger magican echo of the moon's silent power. Tonight, she moves carefully among the neat rows of rosemary, thyme, and marjoram, each plant humming with hidden life. Imagine. You hear the gentle snip, snip of her scissors, the soft rustle of leaves as she collects each sprig with loving care. A tiny woven basket dangles from her arm, already half filled with fragrant green bundles. You catch the sharp, clean scent of freshly cut herb. It rises to meet you, calming your thoughts, drawing you deeper into this gentle night. Lady Ysabel hums quietly to herself, a song passed down through generations, a lullaby that sounds like flowing water and warm hearth fires. Her voice is barely above a whisper, yet it carries through the garden like a tender breeze, stirring the lavender and setting small fireflies adrift. As she moves, you notice the glow of moonlight weaving silver threads along her path. You feel as though you're floating behind her, every breath in tune with her slow, careful movements. The garden seems to breathe with you, each inhalation pulling in the cool, herbal fragrance, each exhalation releasing warmth and softness. In medieval times, wise women like Lady Ysabel knew which herbs could soothe the mind, ease fevers, or bring restful dreams. They would rise before dawn or wander out at midnight to gather plants in secret, believing the moon whispered secrets into each leaf. Tonight, you're witnessing that very ritual, a dance between moonlight and earth. You hear the gentle trickle of a small fountain tucked away behind a wall of ivy. Water spills over a worn stone basin, the sound soft and endless, like the distant hush of the sea. Lady Ysabel pauses there, dipping her hands into the cool water, letting the moonlight catch in each tiny ripple. Breathe deeply again. In and out. Feel the damp coolness of that water on your own skin. Imagine the way it would bead and slide across your fingertips, washing away any lingering worries. You are safe here, in this moonlit sanctuary, wrapped in the hush of ancient secrets and timeless calm. Now, Lady Ysabel glides toward a small wooden bench beneath a sprawling rosebush. Pale blossoms hang above her like a soft canopy, their petals open wide to the moon. She rests her basket beside her and begins to weave tiny bundles of herbs, tying them with slender threads spun from flax. Her fingers move slowly, deliberately, as if each knot weaves not only the herbs, but also your thoughts into peaceful stillness. With every twist and tuck, you feel your mind loosen, your body sinking deeper into warmth and softness. The medieval herb women often hung these little bundles by the hearth or above the bed to protect dreamers from restless spirits and to encourage sweet, deep sleep. You can almost see one now, swaying gently above your pillow, the scent of rosemary and lavender drifting down like a lullaby. Lady Ysabel pauses for a moment, lifting one of the bundles to her nose. Closing her eyes, she smiles, her breath slow and contented. You might feel your own breath slow, mirroring her tranquility. A hush settles over the garden, as if the moon itself is listening. A gentle breeze stirs, rustling the rose leaves above. You hear the soft creak of the garden gate again, and the faint crackle of a distant hearth fire, as though somewhere nearby a warm room awaits your return. Let these sounds drift across your mind like drowsy birds gliding across a twilight sky. Lady Ysabel stands, gathering her finished bundles and placing them carefully in her basket. She moves toward a small stone alcove, where she stores these moonlit treasures. You follow her in your mind's eye, floating just behind, your feet brushing the soft, mossy path. The alcove smells of dried herbs and old parchment, a cozy, earthy scent that feels like slipping beneath a favorite quilt. The flickering light of a small oil lamp reveals bundles hanging from wooden beams, each labeled in careful medieval script. Rosemary for remembrance, lavender for sweet dreams, sage for protection. Lady Ysabel places tonight's bundles among the others, her hands lingering tenderly. She sighs, the sound soft and warm, like a mother's gentle hush to a sleepy child. Outside, the moon begins its slow descent toward the hills. The stars blink lazily overhead, and the soft rustling of the garden grows quieter still. You feel yourself floating, weightless, wrapped in scents and moonbeams, carried gently toward rest. Breathe in once more, and let yourself drift on the cool, fragrant air. Lady Ysabel steps quietly away from the alcove, her empty basket swinging lightly at her side. You watch her fingers brush the smooth stone walls as she walks, as if gathering little fragments of moonlight to tuck away in her heart. The path before her glows faintly, the dew on each leaf catching silvery highlights. Tiny insects hum a low, dreamy chorus all around, like a lullaby for the earth itself. You feel your breath slow even more, matching the gentle sway of her steps. As she passes beneath a wooden trellis, delicate white jasmine vines lean down to greet her. Their blossoms seem to glow against the night, releasing a faint, sweet fragrance that makes the air feel almost like warm milk, comforting and creamy. Breathe it in, and let it melt through your body, softening every muscle, loosening every knot. Lady Ysabel pauses there, lifting her face to the sky. The moon is lower, now pale and wise, peeking through drifting clouds, as though watching her with a gentle, protective gaze. You might imagine the moon's soft glow touching your forehead, smoothing away any restless thoughts. In the medieval world, many believed the moon guided not only tides, but also emotions, illnesses, and even the growth of certain plants. Tonight, it feels as though the moon is guiding your mind to drifting, ever closer to the safe shore of sleep. Lady Ysabel's hand rests on her chest, her breathing calm and even. You might feel the same gentle rise and fall within you, like the slow rocking of a cradle or the hush of waves upon a midnight beach. From a small clay pot tucked beneath the trellis, she gathers a final handful of mint. Each leaf is cool and bright, and medieval herbals often recommended mint to ease troubled dreams and soothe the belly. You almost taste the fresh, bright tingle on your tongue, a sweet whisper of green that makes your whole body feel cleaner, lighter. She cradles the mint leaves in her palm as she walks toward a small stone bench at the garden's far end. Here, a single lantern flickers inside a simple iron holder, its glow dancing gently over the carved stone. You see faint patterns, little flowers, vines, and tiny hidden faces edged. Lady Ysabel sits and begins to braid the mint stems into small wreaths, her fingers weaving each sprig with slow, patient grace. As she works, you hear the whisper of leaves brushing together, the faint tick of her fingernails against the stone, and the rhythmic exhale of her peaceful breaths. The wreaths were believed to guard against wandering spirits and to welcome kind dreams into the home. You'll imagine one now, hanging above your bed, releasing a soft, minty fragrance that shields you like a gentle veil. Above, the stars begin to fade at the edges, turning the sky into a quiet. The first suggestion of dawn glimmers beyond the distant hills. Lady Ysabel lifts her head, a small smile curving across her lips. She tucks the last wreath gently into her basket and stands, her cloak gathering the pale light like morning mist. She moves once more along the garden path, each step, each movement echoing with centuries of whispered wisdom and secret blessings. You might feel your mind stepping beside her, feeling the earth soft beneath your feet, the scent of mint and lavender swirling around you in protective, dreamy spirals. At the garden's gate, she pauses. One hand rests on the worn wooden frame, and she turns slightly, as if sensing your quiet presence beside her. Her eyes shimmer in the lantern. She tilts her head, and for a moment, it feels as though she's offering you one final blessing for your journey into sleep. She lifts her basket and slips beyond the gate, disappearing into the last shadows of night, leaving only the faintest trace of crushed herbs and moonlight in her wake. You hear the soft click of the latch closing, a final hush to seal the garden's secrets. Now, feel your breath again, in and out. The scents still linger round you, each one a soft thread stitching you into the fabric of night. You might feel as though you're wrapped in a cocoon of rosemary dreams and lavender sighs, held safely between one heartbeat and the next. Let your thoughts float like petals on a slow-moving stream. Imagine them drifting away down soft moonlit channels until they vanish gently around a distant bend. There is no hurry. You are safe. You are held. Feel the cool air against your cheek, the whisper of leaves overhead, the soft, distant trickle of the hidden fountain. Each sound is a lullaby, each moment a feather landing on still water. As the sky lightens to pearl, you might sense the first warmth of dawn, a hush of pink and soft gold spreading slowly across your inner sky. But for now, you remain in that gentle space between waking and dreaming, where nothing is asked of you and everything is soft. Take one more deep breath with me, in and out, and as you do, imagine a single mint wreath above your pillow, releasing its soothing scent with each exhale. Your eyelids grow heavy, your thoughts turn liquid and slow. You slip deeper and deeper, held in the moon's quiet embrace. Lady Ysabel's garden remains, waiting for you whenever you wish to return, a hidden sanctuary of herbs, moonlight, and gentle songs. Sleep now, dear dreamer. You are safe, you are loved, you are home. Imagine now, as you rest under the hush of Lady Ysabel's moonlit herbs, that far beyond her garden, past a line of tall whispering pines, there stands an ancient stone tower. Its walls glow faintly under the stars, and ivy drapes down like a velvet curtain. Inside, by the soft glow of an oil lamp, a young scribe named Alaric bends over a heavy parchment. His quill moves slowly, dipping and gliding, each letter unfurling like a soft breath on a cold morning. The gentle scratch of the quill is almost like the sound of rain against a window, steady, comforting, endlessly soothing. Breathe with Alaric now. Imagine the scent of ink sharp and earthy, the faint sweetness of beeswax from the candle beside him. Medieval scribes, you see, believed that copying sacred or poetic texts by hand was a way of weaving the divine into the world, stitch by careful stitch. Some even hid small drawings, playful faces, dancing animals, or tiny winged creatures in the margins. These hidden drolleries were like secret smiles meant for future readers, a soft joke shared across centuries. Tonight, Alaric is working on a book of old songs. You watch as he carefully draws tiny vines around the edges of each page, adding tiny stars and delicate blossoms. In one corner, a hidden rabbit peeks out, its ears twitching as though it might hop right off the page and into your dreams. The air in the scriptorium is cool and hushed, holding centuries of quiet. You hear the faint creak of wooden beams above, the muffled rustle of distant night winds pressing against the tower walls. Alaric dips his quill once more, pausing to listen to the soft drip of melting wax, each tiny plop echoing like a heartbeat. You might feel your own pulse slowing, growing gentle and rhythmic, in time with each quiet sound. As he writes, he hums under his breath, a barely there melody that wraps around the stones and curls up into the rafters. It's a song learned from a traveling bard, who once claimed it could calm even the most troubled spirit. You feel it now, a silky thread weaving through your thoughts, tugging you toward rest. Alaric stops for a moment, placing the quill down with a tiny clink. He stretches his fingers, long and graceful, and glances at a small window where moonlight slips across the floor in a soft ribbon. Outside, a single owl drifts silently past, its wings stirring only the faintest hush in the air. He stands and moves toward a tall wooden shelf where ancient scrolls sleep side by side. Running a hand gently over them, he smiles a smile that feels like a lantern glowing in a foggy night. He selects one scroll, unties the simple twine, and unfurls it slowly. You hear the faint crackle of old parchment, the sound as delicate as snow settling on pine branches. This scroll holds a collection of moon poems, penned by monks who believed that words could echo into the stars themselves. Alaric reads softly under his breath, the syllables flowing like water over smooth stones. Under the pale cloak of midnight, the moon gathers dreams like fallen petals. The words drift to you as though carried by a gentle breeze. You can feel them swirl around your head, brushing your temples, soothing every little worry or stray thought. After reading, Alaric rolls the scroll back up, tying it again with careful fingers. He replaces it gently and returns to his desk, where he begins to lay out a small piece of parchment. On it, he sketches a tiny labyrinth symbol used in medieval times to represent a journey inward, to the quietest, truest part of the heart. Imagine now that you, too, step into this labyrinth. Each step is slow and deliberate, the turns gentle and soft as silk. You feel yourself moving deeper and deeper into a calm center, where the world outside fades like a distant echo. As you reach the heart of this labyrinth, you find a small pool of moonlight, perfectly still. Kneeling beside it, you see your reflection softened, serene, your eyes half closed in peaceful knowing. You watch as the moonlight trickles into the pool, sending shimmering ripples outward, each ripple carrying you further into rest. Alaric dips his quill once more and writes a final blessing on the parchment. May the moon guide your dreams, and the ink of stars write soft stories on your soul. He sets the quill down at last and closes his eyes, resting his forehead on folded hands. The scriptorium seems to breathe with him. Each inhale, filling the space with quiet promise, each exhale releasing warmth and safety. You might feel a warmth spread over your body now, as if you are being wrapped in a cloak made of moonbeams and starlit ink, woven by gentle hands just for you. Outside, the first hints of dawn begin to glow at the horizon. But here, in the tower, time holds still. You are suspended in a hush, a soft cradle between worlds. Take one last deep breath with Alaric, in and out. Feel the hush settle over your shoulders like a soft feather quilt. Your mind is empty of noise, now, full only of gentle ink, moonlight labyrinths, and the faint hush of distant songs. Sleep drifts closer, a soft tide slipping higher over warm sand. Let yourself be carried away on that tide into a world of secret gardens and moonlit towers, of hidden rabbits and silver labyrinths. You are safe, you are held, you are loved, and now just rest. High above the ground, along the castle's narrow, ivy-cloaked staircases, Sir Cedric stands on the rooftop garden. His armor rests quietly beside him, cool and shining in the moonlight, as he leans against a low stone wall, gazing at the horizon. Tonight he keeps a quiet vigil, not for enemies, but for the moon itself. Breathe slowly now. Imagine the crisp scent of the night air, tinged with wild thyme and the faint sweetness of blooming roses that cling to the parapet walls. Medieval knights often kept moon vigils on the eve of an important journey or quest, standing in prayer or silent thought beneath the stars to seek guidance and courage. Tonight, Sir Cedric's thoughts drift softly, like candle smoke, toward faraway meadows and shimmering lakes. His cloak billows lightly in the breeze, making the faintest whispering sound, like the rustle of silk across polished stone. He closes his eyes and tilts his face upward, letting the moonlight wash over him in pale silver waves. In the center of the rooftop garden, a small marble fountain gurgles, gently, each droplet singing a delicate, endless tune. You hear the water echo softly, its rhythm like a heartbeat slowing into dream. Sir Cedric moves to the fountain, dipping his calloused hands into the cool water. He brings them to his forehead, then his heart, a silent ritual of cleansing known among some knights before dawn, battles or long rides. The water drips down his face, catching the moonlight in tiny sparks, like stars caught in a quiet current. He takes a seat on a low stone bench near the fountain. Overhead, tiny night moths flit among the pale blossoms of a moonflower vine. Their wings shimmer like fragile parchment, silent and soft, weaving slow patterns in the still air. Imagine now that you are seated beside Sir Cedric, feeling the cold stone beneath you, your breath clouding lightly before you in the night. You feel the warmth from his presence, a strong, calm energy that makes your body feel heavier, safer, as though you could sink right into the stone itself. In medieval times, knights believed in the magic of moonflowers' blooms that opened only at night, thought to hold blessings for safe travel and courage in dreams. Tonight, their scent rises in delicate waves, each one carrying away a bit more of your waking weight. Sir Cedric begins to hum softly, a low, steady tune taught to him by an old minstrel at a village hearth. The sound vibrates through the air like a soft drum, echoing into your chest and down into your bones. You might feel your own breath matching that hum, slow and deep, as though your whole self is resonating with the hush of the rooftop garden. He reaches for a small bundle wrapped in linen, beside him a collection of letters written to him by fellow knights, monks, and distant friends. Each letter holds stories of distant lands, blessings for journeys, and quiet words of comfort. Tonight, he unties one and reads aloud, his voice low and almost blending with the murmur of the fountain. May your sword be guided by the moon's silver edge, and may your heart remain softer than the morning mist. His words drift into the night like feathers, each syllable cradling your mind, tugging it deeper into a silken darkness. Sir Cedric folds the letter and holds it to his chest for a moment. You might sense the warmth of that gesture, as if your own heart is being cupped gently in strong, careful hands, he lays the letter beside the others and gazes once more at the moon, now climbing higher, pearly and calm. Around you, the garden seems to hush even further. The leaves stop their faint rustling, and even the tiny moths pause mid-flight, held by the gravity of his vigil. Imagine a soft wind brushing across your face, cool and fragrant with thyme and moonflowers. You feel your eyelids grow heavier, each blink longer and softer, like waves folding over one another on a quiet shore. Sir Cedric bows his head in final prayer, fingers tracing a small circle on his Naya gesture said to represent the moon's eternal cycle and the endless return of safe mornings. You feel that circle echo inside you, a gentle spiral guiding you downward, ever deeper into warmth and safety. In medieval times, it was believed that those who kept such vigils would be visited by kind dreams, visions of peaceful forests, shimmering lakes, and gentle spirits who offer protection. Tonight, you might feel those same visions stirring just beyond your reach, shimmering like moonlight on water. Sir Cedric finally rises, gathering his letters and standing tall beside his resting armor. He lays a hand on the helmet, a silent promise that when he next wears it, he carries all these blessings close to his heart. He turns once more toward you, his eyes soft and bright, like polished silver under the moon. You feel seen, cherished, safe. Breathe deeply now, in and out. The rooftop garden fades slowly, like a lantern dimming behind gauzy curtains. The stars above twinkle gently, as if winking you into sleep. Feel the hush wrap around you like a cloak, the echo of Cedric's song vibrating softly in your bones. Your breath smooths out, your thoughts drift down, like petals falling into deep moonlit water. You are safe, you are strong, you are loved. Rest now. Drift further. Let the garden vanish into soft mist. Let the moon cradle your dreams. Beyond Sir Cedric's moonlit garden, past the castle walls and down the winding stone paths, there lies a forest so deep that even the stars pause before stepping inside. The trees rise like cathedral pillars, their branches arching high overhead, forming a quiet green sanctuary beneath the night sky. At the forest edge, a traveling bard named Edrin unpacks his lute beneath an ancient oak. His hands move slowly, reverently, brushing over the strings as though they are strands of moonlight. He hums softly a sound so gentle it feels like warm breath on your cheek. In medieval times, traveling bards were more than entertainers. They were keepers of stories, carriers of secrets, and healers of weary hearts. Edrin carries with him a collection of old ballads, each one soaked in moonlight and old oak sap, each one meant to ease restless souls into dream. Tonight, his fire is small, just a flicker, more glow than flame. The scent of burning cedar drifts upward, blending with the cool forest air. You breathe it in deeply now. Feel it slip down your spine, untying every tight knot, soothing every lingering worry. Edrin tunes his lute slowly, each note a soft drop of silver in the stillness. You might feel each vibration in your chest, like a gentle knock on a heavy door deep inside you, a door that swings open to a quiet, starlit inner garden. When the lute is ready, Edrin begins to play a melody so old that even the oak seems to lean in closer to listen. The notes drift upward in soft curls, weaving through the leaves and settling gently onto your shoulders. In medieval times, it was believed that certain songs could mend broken sleep and protect the listener from night spirits. This tune is one of those. Each note a charm, each pause a soft blessing whispered across your forehead. As he plays, small woodland creatures gather in the moonlit clearing. a fox with fur like molten copper, a tiny hedgehog that snuffles quietly near a patch of and an owl who perches above, eyes glowing with serene watchfulness. You might feel their presence, each a small guardian watching over your drifting thoughts. Edrin's fingers move like falling petals, each chord soft and deliberate, echoing into the dark. You can imagine the strings shimmering under his touch, sending little sparks of light into the cool night air. Between songs, he hums a low, wandering tune. His voice has the warmth of a woolen cloak and the softness of distant thunder rolling over hills. It rumbles lightly through your mind, inviting you further into a calm that feels as deep as the forest floor. He pauses to sip from a small clay cup, filled with an herbal brew, perhaps lemon balm, known in medieval herb lore to calm the heart and soften troubled sleep. The faint scent of crushed leaves drifts toward you, like a warm exhale on a winter morning. You might imagine the taste now, gentle and slightly sweet, sending warmth through your chest and down into your belly. Edrin sets the cup aside and leans back against the oak. He begins to tell a story in a voice no louder than a moth's wing beat. Long ago, he whispers, there was a lake so still that it could hold the moon's reflection without a single ripple. His words drift into your ears like soft feathers, each syllable a step deeper into the forest of dreams. On certain nights, the villagers believed that if you gazed into that moonlit water, you would see not your own face, but the face of your truest wish quietly waiting for you at the heart of the world. Imagine now that you are standing beside that lake. The water before you is silver and still, so smooth, it feels like glass. As you lean closer, your reflection softens and shifts, until it becomes a quiet, glow your own deepest peace, gazing back at you, smiling gently. A cool breeze stirs the water, creating soft ripples that spread outward, carrying your stray thoughts away with them. You watch those ripples drift further and further into the moonlit hush, leaving behind only warmth and calm. Back in the clearing, Edrin closes his eyes and strums one final chord, long and low, as if it might echo forever among the stars. His head bows, his fingers rest lightly on the strings, and for a moment, the whole forest feels like it's holding its breath with you. The fox curls its tail around its nose and sinks into a ball. The hedgehog settles under a fern, and the owl folds its wings tighter, eyes half. You might feel that same drowsy heaviness now, a soft weight wrapping you in a cocoon of moss and moonlight. Edrin finally looks up, his eyes shimmering kindly in the firelight. He does not speak, but in that gaze, you hear a final whoosh, an unspoken invitation to drift fully into your dream lake, to wander gently among moon gardens and starlit towers, free and weightless. Take a deep, soft breath in and out. Feel the forest settle around you like a gentle blanket. Every sound, every rustle of leaves, every sigh of wind is a lullaby, an echo guiding you deeper and deeper into rest. There is no rush, no task waiting, only this quiet space where time slows to a soft heartbeat and the earth holds you close. Your mind now floats like a lantern drifting down a moonlit stream. The light inside it, warm and steady, flickering softly with each slow breath. You are safe, you are cherished, you are endlessly held. Sleep now, dear dreamer. Slip into the lake of silver wishes. Let the bard's final chord carry you beyond the edge of thought, beyond Edrin's moonlit clearing, deeper still into the forest's secret folds. There is a hidden apothecary, a tiny hut made of mossy stones and thatched with fragrant lavender and sage. Its door is small and round, almost hidden behind a veil of hanging ivy, so that only those who truly listen to the forest's hush can find it. Inside, the air is warm and fragrant, thick with the scent of dried herbs and beeswax candles. Shelves line the walls, each one carefully arranged with glass jars full of shimmering petals, curled roots, and bundles of silver-green leaves tied with twine. The healer who lives here is called Mirabel. She is gentle and quiet, her steps as soft as a moth's wings. Tonight she moves slowly from shelf to shelf, humming a song older than the oldest oak, her voice low and velvety as twilight fog. Breathe in, imagine the smell of chamomile and rose, the sweetness of lavender drifting around you like a soft shawl. Feel your shoulders loosen, your eyelids grow heavy, your breath turns slow and full. In medieval times, healers like Mirabel believed that each plant carried not just physical healing, but also a spirit, a gentle guardian that could soothe the mind and cradle the heart through the night. Tonight Mirabel prepares a special moon tincture meant only for dreamers. She crushes violet petals and star-shaped jasmine blossoms, stirring them into honey harvested under a full moon. Each swirl of her spoon sends shimmering ripples of scent into the air, each movement a lullaby for the senses. She pours this moon honey into a tiny vial of clear glass, so fine it looks like a teardrop captured in moonlight. Holding it up to a candle, she whispers a soft blessing. For the quietest corners of your mind, may you find a gentle stream to carry you home. Outside the little window, fireflies drift lazily through the night air, their glow pulsing like sleepy heartbeats. You might imagine one landing softly on your palm, its tiny light warming your skin, each pulse guiding your mind further toward sleep. Mirabel turns next to a bundle of sweet woodruff, a plant once believed to protect sleepers from nightmares. She hangs it above a little bed of moss in the corner of her hut, the leaves brushing against a silver bell that rings the faintest, most delicate chime. That sound shivers through the room like a gentle breeze across water, echoing into your chest, soothing the last bits of tension from your body. You feel the echo wash over you, each note drawing you closer to a soft, endless hush. She sits down at her small wooden table, lighting a final candle. Its flame dances slowly, casting soft golden waves across the walls lined with jars and hanging herbs. She opens a small leather-bound book filled with ancient herb charms and moon prayers, her fingers turning the pages so gently that they barely make a sound. Imagine the tiny crinkle of paper, the hush of candle wax dripping slowly onto a smooth stone plate. Each sound is like a tender finger brushing your forehead, smoothing away any stray thought that might try to linger. Mirabel reads softly. Under the moon's breath, let all heaviness fall away. Let every dream be a feather, floating through silver clouds. You can feel these words settle inside you, curling up softly around your heart, whispering to your bones to rest, to let go. In one corner, a small woven basket holds pale feathers and tiny moonstones. Mirabel takes a feather and tucks it into a little dream sachet with lavender, rose petals, and a single moonstone, tying it shut with a silky ribbon. She holds it up toward you, her eyes kind and shining like morning dew. You imagine her pressing it gently into your hands, the sachet warm and fragrant, a tiny bundle of moonlight and meadow hush. You might feel its warmth spread slowly through your chest and down your arms, a softness that makes your fingers tingle and your heart sigh. Outside, the wind stirs the ivy curtain at the doorway, carrying a distant owl's call into the room. The sound is low and resonant, echoing through the forest like a deep, ancient drum. Each note sinks into you, drawing you closer to that soft pool of sleep that waits just beyond your next breath. Mirabel closes her book and stands, moving to her small bed of moss and linen. She slips beneath the soft covers, the moon tincture on a shelf beside her, the dream sachet tucked beneath her pillow. She breathed slowly, deeply, her chest rising and falling in a steady, peaceful rhythm that calls to your own breath, to match it, to follow it down into the quiet. Imagine now that you are there too, resting beside her on a bed of moss, a gentle hush cradling you from all sides. The air is cool and scented with sweet herbs. Your head feels light, your limbs heavy and warm, as if wrapped in a cocoon spun of moonbeams and lavender mist. The candle flickers one last time, casting a final golden sigh across the room before sinking into a gentle glow. You are safe. You are deeply cherished. You are held in the softest arms of the night. Breathe in and out, slow, softer still. Let your thoughts drift like petals on a moonlit stream. Feel the forest cradle you. Feel the herbs sing you to sleep. There is nothing more you need to do now. Only drift, only rest, only dream. The candle in Mirabel's hut has melted into a gentle golden puddle, the last whisper of flame curling into the soft dark. Outside, the forest has quieted into a single, tender breath. Mirabel lies upon her moss bed, her hands resting lightly on her chest, the dream sachet cradled beneath her pillow. As her breath deepens, her mind begins to drift. Imagine now that you, too, are slipping into her dream. A soft, shimmering tapestry unfolding like moonlight across still water. In her dream, Mirabel walks barefoot through a hidden meadow that glows faintly under a sky of deep indigo. Each blade of grass shimmers with dew that looks like scattered stars. Tiny worlds cradled in each drop. She carries a lantern made from a hollowed crystal, its glow soft and pearly. With each step, the ground beneath her feet hums a low, soothing note, like a harp string plucked far away. You might feel those vibrations in your own body, guiding your heartbeat into an even slower, softer rhythm. In medieval lore, healers often believed meadows were sacred dream spaces, places where the spirit could meet gentle guides and gather secret wisdom. Tonight, Mirabel's meadow is quiet and endless, a place made only of hush and moonlight. She pauses beside a willow tree, its branches trailing like silver ribbons onto the shimmering grass. Tucked among its roots is a pool of perfectly still water, so clear it seems to hold the entire night sky within it. Mirabel kneels and dips her fingers into the pool. The ripples spread outward, creating circles of silver light that drift up into the air like tiny moons. You can imagine those droplets touching your own skin, cool and soothing, washing away any last strands of worry. A gentle figure appears across the meadow. A woman in a flowing gown stitched from starlight and pale petals. This is the Moonweaver, a spirit known to healers as a keeper of dreams and silent blessings. Her voice is softer than mist, each word a kiss on the forehead. "Dear dreamer," she says, "you have carried so many heavy baskets on your heart. Tonight, let them fall among the stars and dissolve into the hush." Mirabel bows her head, and you feel the same gentle release within you, as if every hidden tension, every tight knot, has slipped quietly out of your grasp and vanished into the cool night air. The Moonweaver raises her hand, and from her palm floats a thread of silver light. It weaves through the air slowly, curling around Mirabel's shoulders, then drifting across the meadow until it gently wraps around you too. Feel that thread now, silky and weightless, tugging you softly deeper into calm, deeper into your own private star-laced meadow. Mirabel rises, and together with the Moonweaver, she walks among the luminous flowers that bloom only in dreams. Bluebells shaped like tiny lanterns, roses that hum a sound like distant waves, and lilies whose petals glow like frost. She picks a single humming rose and offers it to you, holding it in both hands. The rose glows warmly, and as you imagine breathing in its scent, your lungs fill with a deep, velvety peace. Each petal seems to whisper, "You are safe, you are loved, you are free to rest." Overhead an owl glides silently across the star-deep sky. Its wings move in slow, patient arcs, scattering silver sparks that drift down like snowflakes onto the meadow. You might imagine one landing on your cheek, cool and delicate, a tiny blessing from the night itself. The moon weaver gestures toward a low bed of moonflowers nestled among the grasses. Mirabelle lies down, folding her hands over her chest, and you find yourself doing the same. The flowers cradle you both, their petals folding softly over your body like a quilt woven from fog and silk. A gentle hush settles all around, so complete that even the stars seem to hold their breath. You feel the pulse of the earth beneath you, slow and deep, echoing into your bones like a lullaby older than time. The moon weaver leans over, brushing her fingers lightly across your brow. Her touch is like cool rain on warm skin, washing away every last thought that tries to linger at the edge of sleep. "You have wandered far enough for tonight," she whispers. "Now rest, beloved dreamer. Let the night hold you softly as the moon cradles the tides." Mirabelle's breath deepens beside you, her chest rising and falling in a rhythm that your own breath now mirrors perfectly. The meadow blurs at the edges, as if dissolving into pure moonlight. Your eyelids grow heavier with each heartbeat. Your limbs sink deeper into the bed of petals, your mind drifting gently down, like a lantern sinking into a clear lake. Breathe in and out. Slowly, the moon weaver steps back, her gown shimmering like ripples on a midnight pond. She raises her hands once more, and the dreamscape fades into a soft, glowing darkness, warm and safe, as if you are wrapped in 1,000 gentle murmurs. You are here now, floating in the hush between stars, the night singing softly around you, your heart finally light. There is no rush, no wait, only this deep, shimmering quiet. You are safe, you are cherished, you are gently, endlessly held. Sleep now, beloved dreamer. Drift where the moon cannot reach, and let the whispers of the meadow guide you deeper and deeper, until you are nothing but warm breath and moonlit peace. As Mirabelle and the moon weaver fade into the hush of their dream meadow, the owl above circles once more, its wide, silent wings carving smooth paths through the silver air. You might feel the breeze from those wings. Now, a cool and delicate caress across your forehead. The owl tilts its head, its great golden eyes shimmering like lanterns in the dark. Then, with a final, quiet sweep, it rises higher, above the meadow, above the hush of the mossy hut, beyond the tallest pines that pierce the sky like dark spires. Imagine now that you are riding upon its back, your body weightless, your mind as light as drifting smoke. The owl's feathers are soft beneath you, each one holding a hidden warmth, like a tiny ember in winter. With every slow, powerful beat of its wings, you rise higher, the world below unfolding into a patchwork of silver meadows, midnight lakes, and sleeping villagers huddled beneath thatched roofs. In medieval times, owls were seen as watchers of the night, keepers of hidden knowledge, protectors of travelers' dreams. Some believed an owl's call could guide a soul safely to the realm of sleep, far from wandering spirits or restless thoughts. Tonight, the owl guides you over a moonlit tapestry of fields. You see tiny farmhouses with low, sloped roofs where candles flicker softly in narrow windows. Sheep lie curled in woolly clusters, and a gentle fog drifts between hedgerows like a pale river. The owl glides lower now, skimming the tops of apple orchards. Blossoms tremble gently in its passing breeze, releasing sweet, ghostly scents into the night. You might feel those cool petals brushing your fingertips, leaving tiny star-shaped kisses on your skin. Farther on, a stone bridge arches gracefully over a slow-moving stream. The water gleams like molten silver beneath the moon, each ripple a soft lullaby that echoes upward toward you. Breathe in and out, feeling your body become even lighter, your thoughts dissolving like mist in early dawn. Beyond the bridge, a castle rises gently from a low hill, its towers pale and dreamy, each window holding a single flicker of warm candlelight. Tiny banners ripple softly in the breeze, each stitch echoing stories of old banquets and gentle dancers long forgotten. The owl circles above the castle keep, and you sense the echo of music drifting from an unseen courtyard. A quiet lute, a single delicate harp string, notes so soft they feel more like memories than sounds. Below, a lone knight sits on a moon-washed balcony, his armor laid aside. He wears a simple linen shirt, and his hands cradle a small wooden carving of a bird. In medieval nights, some knights would carve tiny wooden animals to keep watch over their dreams, believing they might carry messages to loved ones or guard them from restless spirits. The knight raises his carving toward the moon, then presses it gently to his heart. You might feel that quiet gesture ripple through you, a tender warmth expanding softly across your chest. The owl turns eastward now, soaring past the castle and gliding above a sleeping orchard. Each tree is a dark silhouette, crowned with tiny blossoms that glint faintly in the starlight. Somewhere below, a fox slinks silently between rows of wild herbs, its ears flicking at every distant rustle. Higher still, beyond the orchard, past meadows embroidered with morning dew, until you reach a high, wind-swept moor. There, the land breathes with a slow, steady rhythm. The stones themselves seem to hum beneath the owl's passage, echoing deep into the earth. In medieval lore, moors were believed to be places where earth and sky touched most intimately, where the veil between waking and dreaming was soft as a moth's wing. You feel that veil now, brushing gently against your mind, inviting you to let go even more fully. The owl hovers above an ancient stone circle, its stones dusted with moonlight, each one standing like a quiet guardian around a pool of darkness at the center. You feel the darkness not as something fearful, but as a soft cradle, a place where every worry can sink and vanish like pebbles in a deep pond. The owl begins to descend, spiraling slowly, bringing you closer to that silent circle. With each turn, your mind grows softer, your body heavier and more at ease. Imagine now stepping from the owl's back, your feet touching the cool, dewy grass within the stone ring. The earth holds you gently, each blade of grass like a tiny hand supporting your every step. At the center, a pool of still water waits, so dark it reflects the stars perfectly, making it seem like a window into an endless, hushed sky. You kneel beside it, and the owl perches on a nearby stone, watching over you with calm, knowing eyes. Lean forward now. See your reflection soften and dissolve, your face blending into stars and moonlight, becoming something quiet and eternal. Feel your thoughts drift from you, like feathers carried away on a soft breeze. There is no hurry, only the deep, moonlit hush, the warm, watchful presence of the owl, the gentle heartbeat of the earth below you. Breathe in and out. Every breath is a wave, carrying you deeper into the soft darkness, every heartbeat a bell tolling you further into peace. You are safe. You are weightless. You are deeply, endlessly held. Let yourself slip fully into the starlit pool now. Let your mind dissolve into moon ripples and silent winds. Let the owl keep watch over your dreaming soul, patient and serene. Sleep now, dear dreamer. Sleep among stars and soft feathers. Drift beyond the last echo of thought, and rest in the gentle, timeless hush. Your reflection in the pool beneath the ancient stones quivers softly, like a candle flame in a quiet room. As you lean closer, the surface begins to shimmer and swirl, drawing you downward in a slow, spiraling hush. Imagine your breath matching this swirl now, a gentle, spiraling rhythm, in and out, each breath carrying you deeper into the liquid moonlight. The pool expands around you until you are no longer beside it, but floating inside it, surrounded by an endless, velvety dark that feels neither cold nor empty, but warm and deeply protective, like being cradled in a soft, infinite blanket. Tiny silver lights float all around you. They drift closer, and you see that they are not mere stars, but delicate fragments of old dreams, each one a tiny story, a half-forgotten wish, a quiet promise from long ago. One drifts toward your hand, and as it brushes your fingers, you see a medieval seamstress bent over her work by candlelight. She is stitching tiny silver beads into the hem of a noble woman's gown, each bead said to carry a whispered prayer to protect the wearer from harm. Breathe in that image, the soft murmur of thread slipping through linen, the faint scent of beeswax and lavender oil. Let it soothe the tender edges of your mind. Another light drifts by. This one holds a vision of a young scribe in a monastery, dipping his quill into ink made from oak galls and iron salts. Each letter he writes curls like a vine, blooming into a secret blessing meant to keep the reader's dreams free of shadow. Imagine the gentle scratch of the quill across parchment, the slow, steady patience of each loop and flourish, the candle's warm glow reflected in dark ink. You might feel your breath slow even more now, your whole body growing soft and heavy. Farther below, a shimmering path opens, made of moonbeams woven together like a silver braid. You begin to drift downward along this path, each step weightless, each movement like gliding through quiet water. On either side of you, more fragments of medieval dreams glow softly. A gardener in a walled courtyard humming to his rosemary plants under the stars. A knight returning from a long journey, stopping to leave a single rose on a wayside shrine before crossing the drawbridge home. All these dream memories float past you gently, each one carrying a soft echo of gratitude, devotion, and quiet hope. You feel them wrap around you like gentle scarves, warming your heart and smoothing your thoughts into long, calm sighs. At the end of the moonlit path lies a vast, open chamber beneath the lake. Here, the water becomes a soft mist, rising into silver columns that hold up a domed ceiling shimmering with the glow of ancient constellations. In the center stands a great marble basin, filled with a luminous elixir that shines like liquid moonlight. This is the Heartwater, a mythical medieval concept said to hold the essence of every dreamer, as deepest comfort and calm. You step forward, guided by an invisible hush, and peer into the basin. The surface of the Heartwater reflects not your face now, but a vision of your spirit at perfect peace. Eyes closed, body wrapped in light, your breath flowing like a quiet tide. Feel the warmth of that vision enter your chest, a glowing presence unfurling inside you, dissolving any remaining heaviness or stray worry. You dip your fingers into the Heartwater. It feels like cool silk, slipping between your fingers and leaving behind a gentle, tingling warmth that spreads slowly up your arms, across your shoulders, and into your neck and head. As you step back, the mist thickens around you, embracing you from every side. It carries the scent of night blooming, jasmine and old parchment, of warm wool blankets, a new spring rain. The columns of mist begin to hum a low, tender chord. The sound vibrates gently through your bones, as if the entire chamber is singing you to sleep. Each note feels like a deep, loving heartbeat pressed against your cheek. Above, the constellation ceiling pulses softly, stars blinking slowly like drowsy eyes. The patterns shift into gentle shapes. A lion curled into a ball, a swan tucking its head beneath its wing, a sleeping fox coiled among ferns. You find a soft patch of moss beneath the basin, shaped perfectly for your body, as if it has been waiting just for you. You sink into it, feeling each limb grow impossibly heavy, as though you are being drawn down into the softest nest imaginable. Breathe in and out, each breath melting you deeper into the moss, deeper into the dream. The mist settles over you like a silken quilt, humming its low lullaby, wrapping you in a warmth that feels eternal. Above, the owl reappears perched on a high arch of mist, its golden eyes watching over you with serene devotion. You sense it will guard your spirit throughout this dream, keeping every echo of the waking world at bay. Your eyelids feel impossibly heavy now. Your heart is quiet, soft as moon petals. Every muscle unwinds like a ribbon falling in slow motion. There is nothing left to do, no thought left to chase, no place left to go but inward, into the slow glow of your own inner hush. You are safe. You are deeply loved. You are already dreaming. Let yourself slip fully now into the luminous pool beneath the stars. Let your breath drift away like a dandelion seed on a summer breeze. Let sleep bloom gently in every corner of your mind. Sleep now, dearest dreamer. Sleep in the hush between starlight and water, carried by moonbeams, guarded by soft feathers, forever held. You lie cradled on the moss beneath the luminous basin, wrapped in mist, your breath moving as slowly as moon-touched tides. The Heartwater above you shimmers softly, its glow casting gentle ripples across your closed eyelids. As you drift, the basin's light begins to pulse in gentle waves, and each pulse carries a new dream, a secret vision unfolding only for you. Imagine now that the light drifts down like a soft veil and begins to shape itself around you. At first, it is only a faint shimmer. Then, slowly, it becomes a shimmering doorway, tall and arched, like the entrance to an old abbey cloister. You step through this doorway, effortlessly, as if floating, and find yourself inside a great stone library. Its walls are lined with books bound in soft, worn leather, their spines stamped with golden sigils and ivy patterns. The air smells faintly of lavender and ink, the hush so deep that it feels like standing inside a bell just before it rings. In medieval times, such libraries were places of secret study, where monks and scribes believed each illuminated page carried not only knowledge, but a quiet magic meant to bring the reader closer to the divine hush of the universe. A single candle flickers on a carved wooden lectern, and beside it lies a book with a cover of deep indigo velvet. You open it carefully, each page turning as soft as a breath. Instead of words, you see flowing shapes, silver lines that move like water, forming visions of forgotten gardens and moonlit orchards. Each line whispers to you, not in language but in gentle pulses of warmth, telling you, you are safe, you are loved, all your wandering has led you here, to this stillness. You close the book and feel a slow, golden warmth spread through your chest, curling down your arms and legs, into your fingertips and toes, as if each cell has been lit from within. Beyond the lectern, an arched window opens to a moonlit courtyard. You step outside, feeling ancient flagstones under your feet, each one cool and smooth. The courtyard is overgrown with jasmine vines and pale roses that glow like small lanterns in the night air. At the center stands a stone fountain. The water trickles softly, echoing like a distant lullaby. You lean over and see the Heartwater reflected again in the fountain's pool. The same silvery glow, shimmering like gentle laughter beneath the stars. A small wooden boat floats at the edge of the fountain, its sides carved with tiny stars and crescent moons. You step inside, and without effort, it begins to drift across the water, moving deeper into a garden beyond. Here, the air is filled with the hum of sleeping bees and the perfume of night-blooming flowers. Fireflies dance in slow spirals above you, leaving little trails of soft green light that feel like slow exhalations of pure calm. You pass under a willow tree whose branches sweep the surface of the water, brushing your shoulders lightly as you drift. The leaves feel like delicate fingers combing gently through your thoughts, untangling every knot, until your mind is smooth and serene. On the other side of the garden, you step from the boat onto a soft moss path. Ahead stands a low stone arch covered in ivy, and beyond it, a hidden glen filled with the glow of 1,000 tiny lanterns, each one a suspended dream waiting to be born. You step beneath the arch, and the lanterns sway gently, as though welcoming you home. Some contain tiny golden seeds, others hold curled ferns or delicate feathers. Each one seems to breathe softly in the night air, pulsing in time with your own slow heartbeat. You reach out and touch one lantern. It opens softly, revealing a small sleeping fox, its fur the color of cinnamon and moonlight. As you watch, it stirs and curls more deeply into itself, dreaming sweetly within the lantern's gentle glow. Another lantern reveals a tiny sailing ship gliding across a calm, starlit sea. Its sails are made of gossamer threads, each one catching moonlight and bending it into soft silver waves that echo across your mind in a tender hush. A third lantern holds a single rosebud, glowing softly from within. As you watch, it slowly unfurls its petals, releasing a warm breath of fragrance that wraps around you like a comforting shawl. The glen hums with the quiet warmth of these dreams, a low, harmonious chorus that soothes you deeper, deeper. In medieval lore, gardens and lanterns were symbols of sanctuary and secret knowledge, places where the soul could wander safely, far from the noise of the waking world. You feel that sanctuary now, like a deep exhale filling every corner of your being. A gentle path winds onward through the lantern glen. You follow it slowly, your body growing even softer, as if you are floating rather than walking. The path curves and opens into a final chamber, a moonlit clearing surrounded by high hedges, where the air shimmers with silver mist. At the center lies a great feathered nest, woven from willow branches and lined with soft petals and tufts of wool. It is large enough to cradle you completely. You step forward and curl into the nest, every part of you sinking into its warmth. The petals shift gently around you, holding you in perfect safety. Above, the owl reappears one last time, gliding silently in a slow circle, its feathers catching glimmers of starlight. Its golden eyes meet yours, and in that gaze, you feel the deepest hush, a quiet so profound, it becomes a gentle pulse, echoing in every cell. You are safe, you are deeply held, you are exactly where you need to be. Your eyelids grow impossibly heavy, your breath is slow, soft, complete. There is nothing more to do now. Let yourself dissolve fully into the nest's warmth, into the lantern's glow, into the gentle echo of the owl's flight. Sleep now, dearest dreamer. Sleep beyond dreams, held in moonlight, wrapped in feathers, free to drift forever into the softest hush. Curled inside the great feathered nest, you feel the petals slowly adjust and settle around your body like a warm, living cocoon. Your breath is so slow now, each inhale a shimmering thread of moonlight, each exhale a soft ripple across a midnight pond. Above you, the owl circles once more, then drifts down silently and perches at the very edge of the nest. It bows its head slightly, as if blessing you, and its golden eyes slowly close. A wave of calm radiates from its feathers, spreading through the entire clearing and seeping into your bones. The mist above the nest thickens, shimmering with silver threads that drift downward and brush against your forehead, your cheeks, your shoulders. Each thread feels like the gentlest fingertip, smoothing away any last hint of restlessness. Then, from deep within the nest, a new glow begins to rise, a soft, golden warmth, like the gentle flame of an oil lamp. You feel it calling you, inviting you to drift even further inward. With your mind floating in a sea of softness, you slip into this final inner dream. You find yourself standing at the edge of a medieval orchard under stars. The trees are ancient and gnarled, each one heavy with moon-pale apples that glow softly in the night air. A warm, fragrant breeze stirs the branches, making the fruit sway and hum in a quiet, melodic whisper. In the Middle Ages, it was believed that certain orchards planted beneath moon phases held secret healing magic. Fruit kissed by starlight was thought to calm the mind and mend the heart. You wander slowly between the trees, your fingers brushing the smooth, glowing apples. Each touch sends a tiny spark of warmth up your arm, settling in your chest like a small, content sigh. Farther in, a small wooden bench awaits beneath a wide apple bough. You sit, feeling the cool, smooth wood beneath you, and lean back to gaze up at the constellationless sky. A soft light drifts down, a single apple falling from a high branch, landing beside you with a quiet thump, as gentle as a heartbeat. You pick it up carefully. Its skin is smooth as silk, shimmering with a faint silver sheen. You take a slow bite. The flavor is sweet, mellow, and soothing. It tastes like every comforting memory you've ever had. A cozy fire, a beloved voice humming a lullaby, a warm blanket on a rainy evening. With each slow chew, you feel your body grow heavier, your thoughts softer, as if your mind is folding itself into a downy quilt. Above, the stars begin to drift downward too, falling like dandelion seeds around the orchard, settling on the grass and glowing softly at your feet. You rise from the bench and begin to walk through these fallen stars. Each one lights your path forward, guiding you deeper into the orchard's heart. There, in a clearing, you find a medieval stone well surrounded by wild roses. The well's water glows with the same soft moonlight as the Heartwater before, and a gentle mist rises from it, curling around your ankles and shoulders like a tender embrace. It was once believed that moon wells could grant dream water, a liquid that could carry the drinker into the deepest realms of peaceful sleep. You'll lean over and gaze into the shimmering surface. Instead of your reflection, you see an image of yourself curled in the nest, wrapped in petals, a serene glow radiating from your heart. You watch yourself breathe slowly, the rise and fall of your chest matching the gentle lapping of the water below. You cup your hands and draw up a sip of the moon well water. As it passes your lips, it feels like drinking starlight, smooth, cool, and infinitely comforting. A soft warmth expands through your ribs and spine, dissolving every last fragment of tension. Your legs grow impossibly heavy, your head lighter than air, your breath so slow it feels like a secret breeze whispering through tall meadow grass. The roses around the well begin to hum, a low, sweet note that drifts up to meet the stars. Each petal quivers gently, shedding tiny droplets of dew that glow as they fall, decorating your hair and shoulders like tiny pearls of moonlight. With your final sip, you feel your feet lift just slightly from the earth, not as though you are flying, but as if you are being softly carried, weightless and utterly safe. You drift backward toward the edge of the orchard, guided by the fallen stars and the gentle rose hum. Each step feels like stepping deeper into a feather quilt, softer and softer, until you barely sense the ground at all. The owl glides silently beside you now, its wings stirring the mist into spiraling patterns that look like delicate lace. With each slow beat of its wings, your eyelids grow heavier, your mind softer, your heart quieter. At the orchard's edge, the soft mist parts to reveal the nest once more, waiting patiently to welcome you home. You step forward and curl inside, each petal shifting to cradle you perfectly. The owl settles above you, its feathers brushing your hair one final time. It closes its eyes and lowers its head, holding your last waking thoughts in the gentlest watch. A single moonbeam touches your forehead, cool, soft, utterly serene. Your breath is now a mere ripple. Your thoughts a soft, drifting fog. Your body a warm, glowing shell. You are safe. You are whole. You are loved beyond words. There is no more movement now. Only stillness. Only warmth. Only sleep. Sleep now, beloved dreamer. Drift into the orchard's hush. Sink beneath the moon well's glow, held forever in the gentle hush of stars and feathers. Good night. Good night.